It's 4th of July, 2022, and I've got 25 trivia questions for you on all things USA. This is Trivia with Buds. What it be, and welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds. Thanks for playing along with the podcast today, and thanks for telling a friend about what this show is. What is this show? It is a daily, Monday through Friday, trivia podcast that's about 10 minutes or long or shorter. 10 minutes long or shorter. And we do different topics every single day. And we've done it for quite some time. There's about 1,800 episodes to listen to. So if you're brand new, hit subscribe so you never miss another episode. And skip around. Skip episodes. Listen to the ones that tickle your fancy and have fun screaming out the answers to yourself or with some friends around some drinks and a coffee table or in the car on a road trip this nice long summer. Maybe you're driving around the US of A right now while you listen to this episode. Well, happy 4th of July. We're recording this on the morning of 4th of July, 2022, and I came up with 25 questions for you as a supersized, double the length of a normal episode chunk of questions for you. Before we jump into those USA questions, we have a Geek Out challenge. That's right, the Geek Out cards are back. Found 2 big stacks of them in another box from this fun party game called Pop Culture Party Geek Out. And what you do is you just try and name these things that I tell you to name. Just a little warm-up activity before we get into the trivia questions. Here are your challenges. For movies, name 4 films with a Western theme. Name 2 American Idol contestants for television. For books, name 2 titles by James Patterson. For music, name 6 songs with a day of the week in the title. And for miscellaneous, name 4 cola brands. Now, a fun way to play this game is you can kind of outwager each other. So if you're playing with a friend or a group and somebody goes, I can name 4 cola brands, and then you go, I think I can name 8, then you win the challenge if you can get all 8, and you can give yourself points and things like that. But if you can outdo somebody, always try and do that. We're ready to jump into a bunch of questions, 25 of them on all things USA for 4th of July, 2022. Here we go. All right, question number 1. In which U.S. city did the 1996 Olympics take place? First question, number 1. In which U.S. city did the 1996 Olympics take place? Number 2, which former First Lady wrote a book about a presidential dog named Millie's Book? Number 3, who was the first American to receive a Nobel Prize? Number 4, in which museum can you find the Declaration of Independence, Constitution, and Bill of Rights? Number 5, in what year did Texas become a state? Number 6, which decade did the U.S. stock market face Black Monday? In which decade did the U.S. stock market face Black Monday? Number 7, what was the first cash crop in America? Number 8, 1960, Ruby Bridges became the first black student to integrate an elementary school in what state? Ruby Bridges, 1960, what state? Number 9, whose face is currently on the $50 U.S. bill? Number 10, what was Mark Twain's real first name? Number 11, which president banned alcohol from the White House at the behest of his First Lady? Number 12, about halfway through this quiz for today's supersized episode, the 7 rays on the crown of the Statue of Liberty represent what? Number 13, which is the most visited museum in the United States? Most visited museum in the U.S. Number 14, what was the first university in the U.S. in 1636? Number 15, what competitive eater ate 76 hot dogs in 10 minutes in 2021 at the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest on 4th of July? Number 16, a historian races to find the legendary Templar treasure before a team of mercenaries is the IMDb description for what patriotic film? Number 17, what music legend had a song called Ragged Old Flag in 1974? Number 18, Clara Barton helped found what famous organization? Number 19, on what day of the week was 4th of July 2015? What day of the week was 4th of July 2015? Number 20, what American mammal baby is known as a red dog? What American mammal baby is known as a red dog? Number 21, in 2020, the American Pie series put out a straight-to-streaming sequel called Girls What? Number 22, who plays Tara in the United States of Tara? Number 23, in 1996, a slasher horror film was released featuring a killer in the mask of what iconic USA character? Number 24, how many seasons did the Andy Griffith Show run for? And number 25, what angry comedian had an album called Rules of Enragement? Rules of Enragement. An album title for what angry comedian? Those are all of your questions for today's 4th of July supersized episode. Just want to give you a quick heads up. If you like trivia with me and you have not gotten Pop Culture Puzzles Volume 1, physical copies are back in the Etsy store, etsy.com/shop/trivia with buds. Send one to a friend who loves the show. 23 quizzes you've never played anywhere else, and that's for the printed physical copy. I'll mail it to you as soon as possible when you place those orders. You can click the link in the show notes to go right to the Etsy page. You can also get the digital download for $7. You can print it off and give it to whoever you want, and, spread the love around with that book. But if you want a physical copy, I do have new orders in and happy to ship you one. Etsy.com/shop/trivia with buds. We'll be right back with the answers after this. We've returned with the American answers. Let's see how you did on today's quiz about USA. Number 1, in what U.S. city did the 1996 Olympics take place? That was Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta for number 1. Number 2, which former First Lady wrote a book about a presidential dog named Millie? Millie's book, that was Barbara Bush. Barbara Bush. Number 3, who was the first American to receive a Nobel Prize? Former President Teddy Roosevelt. Theodore Roosevelt for the first Nobel Prize. Number 4, in what museum can you find the Declaration of Independence, Constitution, and Bill of Rights? The National Archives Museum in D.C., Washington, D.C. Number 5, in what year did Texas become a state? Way back in 1845. 1845. Number 6, which decade did the U.S. stock market face Black Monday? That was 1987. That was the 80s. The 80s. Number 7, what was the first cash crop in America? Tobacco. Smoke that tobacco. Number 8, in 1960, Ruby Bridges became the first black student to integrate to an elementary school in what state? That was Louisiana. Louisiana. Number 9, whose face is currently on the $50 bill? Ulysses S. Grant. Number 10, what was Mark Twain's real first name? Samuel, for Samuel Clemens. Number 11, which president banned alcohol from the White House at the behest of his first lady? Rutherford B. Hayes. Rutherford B. Hayes. He was whipped. Number 12. The 7 rays on the crown of the Statue of Liberty represent what 7 continents of the world? Number 13. Which is the most visited museum in the U.S.? Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum, which I hear is a lot of fun. Going to take the kids there at the end of July. Number 14, what was the first university in the U.S. in 1636? Harvard University. Harvard. Number 15, what competitive eater ate 76 hot dogs in 10 minutes in 2021? Joey Chestnut. Probably going to win it again this year. Later on today, Joey Chestnut. Number 16, a historian races to find the legendary Templar treasure before a team of mercenaries in National Treasure. Nicolas Cage, National Treasure. Number 17, what music legend had a song called Ragged Old Flag in 1974? The late Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash. Number 18, Clara Barton helped found what famous organization? The American Red Cross. American Red Cross. My mother-in-law is out donating blood to the American Red Cross right now. She wants that tote bag and the bonus t-shirt. Number 19, on what day of the week was 4th of July 2015? It was a Saturday. Saturday, if you work backwards from the Monday it's on in 2022. You can maybe figure that one out. Number 20, what American mammal baby is known as a red dog? A bison. A baby bison calf is a red dog. Number 21, in 2020, the American Pie series put out a straight-to-streaming sequel called Girls Rules. Girls Rules. Number 22, who plays Tara in United States of Tara? The amazing actress Toni Collette. Toni Collette. Number 23, there was a slasher horror film in 96 called Uncle Sam, where the guy was someone's uncle named Sam who puts on an Uncle Sam mask, and they shoot him with a cannon at the end. It's a ridiculous movie. Came out right around the same time as Jack Frost, maybe the same makers, if you saw that movie. Not the Michael Keaton Jack Frost, but the murderous one. Number 24, how many seasons did the Andy Griffith Show run? 8 seasons, 60 to 68, I think it was. And number 25, what angry comedian had an album called Rules of Enragement? He was actually Anger in Inside Out. Lewis Black. Lewis Black for the win at the end there. And that is your episode. A extra longer one for you. Hope you had fun playing along. Hope you're grilling and chilling today to kick off your week at the beginning of July here. And I hope you're having a ton of fun and being safe and watching fireworks and doing all that great stuff. Your fact of the day is, in 1994, 61 million people were sporting pagers. Was that you? Are you a listener who had a pager? Do you still have one? Do they still make pagers? These are all great questions that complement the fact of the day. And if you have one, send me a picture at Ryan Buds on all social media. Thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting the show on Patreon at patreon.com/trivia with Buds. 69 patrons to this show. If you like what I do, let's hit 70. You can join for $1 and get a thank you in every episode description. All the way up to $50, you can get all the content I use every single month to run all my podcasts and live shows around Northeast Tennessee and Southern California. TriviaWithBuds.com/podcast, or go to patreon.com/TriviaWithBuds and see all the amazing things going on there. Thanks for your support. Happy 4th of July, and we'll see you next time for more Trivia with Buds. Cheers.